Namaste. Welcome and greetings. I am Magick. It's gonna stop a virus. No. This
Got y'all listening now. Some witchcraft for that ass. Too late to turn away. Abracadabra and all that good shit. Yo. Hocus pocus, got you focused on my rhyme. Simply easy, now I'm eating couch potatoes, I recline. No, I'm joking as I'm toking power puffs and pokey yokes. Till my town and villa filled with ganja smoke, you know the dope. Coming out my pipes, talking about the bones in my throat. With the mic, I'm casting curses every night, you know the scope. Got my spells handy. You may call it the phone, but when I'm done reciting, you'll give me the keys to the throne. Then I take my keys to go home. Didn't say I was done. While rush to end it all, it feels amazing to have won. I'm not planning to ball, but why not take the chance to stunt? No, I don't need it all. Can think of a thing I don't want. Do I worship the sun, or sold my soul for the tongue, or death since I was young, or got some voodoo done?
Namaste, namastizzle, peace and many blessings, greetings, shalom, what's up? What's up, Tosh? That is a first. Tosh being the first one here. How are you? Hopefully y'all are doing well today on this Friday. It is weird doing this on a Friday. But remember I said I was going to move it to this day. We had some things coming up, so Friday is the ideal day. It is the weekend. It has arrived. Strange weather out here in Texas. It's been raining a lot, and for August in Texas, we normally just straight sunshine and heat, for the whole month. August is the worst month in Texas. It is the hottest month. And so I hate August, you know what I mean? But it's Texas, what I'm gonna say. So, but strange weather patterns. I think Hurricane Aaron is in the Gulf, so that's affecting us. Look like rain is coming again. So wish it would do this in October, my favorite month of the year, but unfortunately it's rare that it happens. What's up, Birdie? How are you? Peace. What's the deal? For those of you who saw the video yesterday, that was an upload. I need feedback on it. I need feedback, not on the content, but I need feedback as to whether that video was choppy. Was it choppy? Did it seem like it was stuttering? Was it hard to understand? Hopefully my message got out, what I was saying, to summarize or to give you a short little synopsis. What I was saying is that the patterns, I'm noticing patterns, it's nothing I ain't said before, but it's really, I guess it's hitting home for me because I'm seeing this so much. One of the people on my Facebook timeline said that it is the algorithm. And I'm like, all right, maybe it is. Maybe it's the algorithm. But I've never before in my life seen so many young people being so disrespectful when they're arrested. The first thing they do, like a hive mentality, because it seems like they all went to the same school of theft. Same excuses, same outrage. The immediate outrage is what kills me every time. It's like immediate outrage that they got caught. You know what I mean? And it's just, I'm pregnant is a classic excuse. I'm pregnant. The fake crying, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to steal, yet you got caught stealing. You know what I mean? You're making me uncomfortable. You're racist. Same excuses. Same shit. But anyway, my point was the hive mind mentality. You know what I mean? The perfect example of hive mind mentality would be the Matrix. Matrix 3. Remember the Matrix 3 when Neo went to go resolve the war, when he went to go resolve the conflict with the machines, they acted as one unit. You know what I mean? They acted as one unit. When I don't want to say the leader, but what do you call it? Ex dos machina, the leader or whatever, in order to make the face to speak, the machines came together and they operated as one and created a face. You see what I'm saying? Mooney, what's up? How are you? Good to see you always. Spam calls every day. I'm on the do not call list and I still get spam calls. What the fuck is up with that? You know what I mean? What is up with that? No shame or remorse, but they got plenty of audacity and umbrage. Like, how dare we make them right? Thank you. I can always count on Tosh to articulate what I'm trying to say. I can always count on you, Tosh. Thank you for that. That's the thing right there. No shame, no remorse. How dare you arrest me? How dare you arrest me for me stealing something? It's not that big a deal. Honey, I can pay for it. Why didn't you pay for it? Why did you steal it then? You know what I'm saying? What my point was, that it's the same excuses every time they get caught. Every race steals. However, we're the ones who are highlighted. We're the ones who are put out in front. When anything needs to be, let's make this a word, agendaized, is melanated people they put out front. See what I mean? Melanated people. Okay. So that's what I was saying in yesterday's video, right? I know I said I was going to wait till Friday, but I needed to speak while that was on my mind because I did so much research on this. And the fact that these females want to fight cops, that's alarming. That should alarm the fuck out of the entire race. They want to fight. Damn all the extra charges that can be given to them. Damn all that. You know what I mean? Damn all that. Let's just fight. Because how dare you make me accountable for my actions? How dare you? What's up, Empress KK? How are you? Me and you need to talk after this. Or just give me an update when you can. Cosmic Chaos. Yeah, YouTube with the spam. I don't get it. What's the point of being on the do not call list and you still get all these calls? What's the point? Peace. Hip Hop Elevation. What's up? You said that was you that said that you watched Dark City again. Deep movie. It is the Matrix before the Matrix. It is the Matrix at its cheesiest level. Dark City. Deep movie. Namaste. Namaste. It's mad out here. A man murdered his wife today at the hospital. My son works at early. Okay. A man murdered his wife today at the hospital. My son works at early this morning. I'm so over this energy. Something is amiss. Like the energy all over is off and yucky. Say it. So much weirdness. Everybody's lying. Me and my wife had this conversation like 2 nights ago. Like everybody's lying for no reason at all. Everybody's lying. Why is it so hard to be honest these days? You know what I mean? And then on top of that, all the heightened prejudices. Okay. We give these other races so much ammunition to clown us and basically mistreat us. We give them so much. Of course, every race steals, but like I said, we are the ones who are highlighted. Our actions that are put out in front and spread across the world, and the Caucasians are having a field day with it. Always the comments of the 13%. Always the comments, you know, the usual suspects. Damn, why can't they behave? You know what I mean? Just bullshit. You know, which one did I want to show y'all? I don't want to go off on the tangent because I can speak all day. I can speak all day on this particular subject, but I won't. We're gonna go into something else. Well, I mean, we're just gonna really talk about the weirdness that's going on everywhere. You know what I'm saying? This one just is. I feel sorry for this woman. You know what I mean? I feel absolutely. Same with the spam call. I blocked them. Yes, every day. A lot of the spam calls that I'm getting are coming from New York. Like, what's up with that? I just got one while I came on live. I just got one. You know what I'm saying? And then you have exactly, Moon. You have Africans feeding right into it. Everybody feeds into it. You see what I'm saying? We don't make it any better by just showing our ass. You know what I'm saying? This woman right here, though, it you kind of feel sad for her because it's like it didn't click. It wasn't clicking to her. They tried to get her off the premises. She didn't want to leave because, according to her, she was on the schedule. She couldn't even, you know, hold on. Let me just, I got to show y'all part of it. All right. This is Amazon warehouse right here.
The Dayton International Airport Police Department was called to the scene to the Amazon warehouse for reports of a potential trespass with an employee. The following shows the body-worn camera footage of what happened during the incident.
Not scheduled.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, I'm just going to shadow you until you figure out where she's at. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Alex, what is your location?
All right, let's skip to it. I'm just going to skip to it.
Walking quarters.
Diamond, can you let me put up your card, please? You said put up my card for what? Put up your card. What? Officer Sachs is here to search off the building. I have the proof that I'm supposed to be here right now. Diamond. Show you proof. Why would I get escorted off? Diamond, because we just had this conversation, remember? I asked you to nicely come off the floor and you refused. I said, do I need to call the police? And he said, I'm a grown woman. Would you like me to go to stop for sex so we can help me escort you off of the premise? What would I be escorted off? Because you're not scheduled and you are refusing to leave. I have a picture that I'm scheduled. Diamond, you do not. I explained to you that was yesterday's shift. No. Please put away your car. Do you want to see the proof that I'm supposed to be here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'm not leaving it on schedule. Like if I wasn't on schedule. Diamond, I'm not going to continue having this conversation with you. I explained to you in detail. I showed you your schedule. I showed you the proof that you were not here. I understand it's a misunderstanding, but you are being insubordinate and might ask to have you leave the site. How am I being insubordinate? Because I have asked you multiple times to clock out and go home. I just told you I have proof, and I'm not having an argument with you. Officer Sachs is going to help me escort you.
Ma'am, if you can just gather up your stuff and leave.
No, I just need your device and your badge, please. I think maybe. Diamond, I don't need to see your proof.
Ma'am.
I'm about to show her. Then I have proof that
she's insisting she's on the schedule.
We've gone through this already.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So is there something we can do for you?
Alex is helping me with the situation. He had the conversation with me.
This video is 15 minutes, y'all. And check it out. And keep skipping. She stays on her phone. Keep saying I'm on the schedule. I'm on the schedule.
Schedule pulled up where it shows that she's not scheduled.
Can you show me, please? Because she's not cooperating.
So we can verify the name.
All right. 7 minutes in.
Yeah.
6 minutes.
Okay.
In. Look.
Here's the situation. You either leave or they're trespassing you. And if you don't leave
I
then,
don't even understand what that means.
it means you have to leave.
I'm
You do not
supposed
have
to
a
be
choice.
on the
No.
I'm
If they
supposed to-
trespass you, you have to leave. If you do not leave,
I thought that was if I'm not on the schedule. If I'm actually on
the schedule has nothing to do with it,
Yes, it do.
ma'am.
How? What am I trespassing for? If I'm not bothering nobody.
They
I'm
have
just doing
told you to leave for the day.
But I'm supposed to be on the schedule. So as
That
soon
is
as
irrelevant.
my schedule is about to be up.
That
in
is
a minute,
irrelevant.
So I will leave as soon as it's over.
That is irrelevant. You need to leave. If you do not leave, you can be arrested for trespassing.
How can I be arrested for trespassing?
Because I will arrest you.
Won't put the phone down. So it's you know, if I look at my phone long enough, he's gonna.
So are you going to leave or not? Ma'am? Yes or no? Are you going to leave voluntarily or are you going to be arrested for trespassing?
How am I be arrested when I'm on the schedule?
She's
That doesn't make
Whether
sense.
you're on the schedule or not is irrelevant to me.
How am I being trusted? That's not making sense.
Last time I'm asking,
What am I being trusted?
last time I'm asking, ma'am,
What am I?
are you going to leave
I'm just
voluntarily
asking.
or not?
I'm asking you, what am I being trusted?
You're under arrest for trespassing.
Sir,
Ma'am,
get off of me. I'm not doing
you
it.
are under arrest for
You are
trespassing.
not. No.
Yes.
Why am I trespassing? Because I'm supposed to be on the
They've
property.
said you need to leave.
Sir, I'm walking away. Stop, please don't touch me. What are you doing? I'm not doing anything to you, sir. I'm not. I'm just on the. Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yes. Put the phone down. Put the phone down.
No.
Then turn over.
For what?
You're under arrest.
I'm on the schedule.
You are under arrest
Still
for
insisting she's
trespassing
on
the
and
schedule.
not complying.
Sir, I'm on the schedule. What's wrong with you? Sir, what's wrong with you?
She still does
You're
not
under arrest
understand
for
why she's
trespassing.
being
I'm
arrested.
not doing anything, sir. I'm not touching you. I'm not yelling. What are you doing?
You're under arrest for trespassing.
How am I? I'm about to. I'll leave. I'll leave. I'm on the schedule,
late.
sir. You're arresting me for being on the schedule. Can you take this phone here? Can you take this phone? Okay.
Put your arm behind your back.
You're arresting me for what again?
Trespassing.
For trespassing.
You were asked multiple times to leave.
So, how are you going to put me in jail for trespassing? I wouldn't leave. I'm being trespassed for being on the schedule?
She's still
Yes.
insisting that she's on the schedule
I'm being trespassed for being on
and
the
can't.
schedule.
It's just like
What
incredible.
am I doing?
This is a 15-minute long video, y'all, and so everybody in comments was like, "Shit, if I had a day off, I would just leave." She just wouldn't leave. According to her, she's on the schedule. Yeah. Peace and prosperity, Sister Righteous. How are you? Greetings, Shamika Jackson. Hey, how are you? Tell her that she's working for free, that the company will not pay her for the day. Bet her ass leaves then. I don't know. But I've seen so many disturbing videos, like I was saying yesterday. I've seen so many disturbing videos where it's not clicking with these females. It's mostly females. It's not clicking with these females. What they're being arrested for, why stealing is wrong. You can't tell me that this isn't either some kind of experiment or the jab or combination of these things, because all these people, these females, all of them are acting the exact same way. And according to Azazel's Bay, his comic book, let's see, where is it? Cosmic Comics Volume 1. All right. If you go here, look on Cosmic Comics. This is what it says. All right. Insects or insectoids have no thinking process, only instinct or group mind pattern, the hive mind. Earth will become overpopulated, which is what the reptilians want because of the mining of many of the planets outside of Kuiper Belt and underground tunnels on Earth. Many civilizations and people that have disappeared were taken to either underground mining or through a wormhole to a concentration camp. Giants were killed because they were eating too many humans and they were needed as slaves. These are the recordings of the Navajo and the Nanasi. You are being distracted with racism and other worldly things. Okay. Let's see. I had another highlight. Let me see. Here we go. Hive mind, right here. This is the hive mind. Species mind pattern instinct to do what everyone else is doing. The job, folks, is the part of you that has insect DNA. Insects function only on instinct, like ants, queen, workers, soldiers. Racism has been programmed into your DNA, has become your species mind pattern. Okay? This is why I told y'all that you still think in black and white. You got some evolving to do. Okay? Because the shit is bigger than that. It's totally bigger than I don't even like the term racism anymore. Everybody has their prejudices. You know, it's prejudice. Racism is a system, but prejudice is how the individual feels towards you because of whatever, because of your skin color or whatever. She's an escaped mental patient. You gotta be. Tosh, I'm telling you, the videos that I have seen is these people. This is a huge, insane asylum. I promise you. I had a light day yesterday, like I said in the video. And so this is what I was doing. I was doing research. This is my reconnaissance. This is what I do to see what makes these people tick, you know. And the stuff that I'm seeing it's disconcerting. It really is. You know what I'm saying? She said, oh my, she must have some sort of mental, must be. What's up, Brother Moore? 5G and nanoparticles. Absolutely. Absolutely. In the combination of those things. Remember, if you have not seen Me and the Elder, he talks about this. Our first interview, when I had the pleasure of having him on here, this was shortly before he left this realm. Okay? Shortly before he left this realm. This is what he said about it.
Was the Astro World Festival.
And let's
never
go back.
Ending.
Let's go back about right here. Let's see.
The average person, including myself, have some form of programming or mind control, but especially melanated people. They're killing more of each other. You could tell them not to eat certain things. They're going to eat it anyway. They just really, really at a very, Bobby would say, at a low alchemical state so that they could bounce back up. But from what I understand how the universe works, it's a never-ending descent. There ain't no bouncing back up. There is no bouncing back up unless you decide to bounce up. But if you keep allowing yourself to go lower, it's never ending.
Wow.
Okay, it's a never-ending story. Mm-hmm. Just as if you want to raise up, get higher, it's never ending in both directions.
Right.
In both directions.
Right.
So most of the people today were born in Generation Z. Z meaning zombie.
Zombie.
Okay.
There's a show out called Generation Z. It's all about zombies.
I didn't know that.
Go on whatever you got to go on. Type in Generation Z, and it's a whole series for years about zombies, and that's what from 1995 to 2012 is called the Generation Z.
Okay.
Everybody born in that time period,
Right.
which is the Black Lives Matter type people.
Right.
They're all kids. Generation Z, a Z is also symbolic of sleep. When you Zing out,
right,
which is another term, a letter for sleepers. Sleepers, zombies, Generation Z, because that generation are the generation that could probably do the most damage if they woke up.
Listen, y'all hear that part?
So they're not going to do that damage because they are Z'd out.
Very much so.
Stop sharing for just a second to elaborate on what he said. He said, if they woke up, they would do the most damage. You know, that's very key. That's very important. This is why they go for your children. This is exactly why. They get it in this developing stage. You see what I'm saying? They get the children in their developing stage. Okay? Is that making sense? Let's continue.
And that's who they want to be Z'd out. And they ran a test on this. Okay? They ran a test on this. And that test was done with 5G.
There we go. Yes.
That test was the Astro World Festival.
Y'all remember that?
5G. What did you see when they showed you the footage? Everybody with their cell phones up and out. Lights and microwaves being beamed everywhere. It was a naval military operation.
Also, another one of the patterns when these people get arrested, it's like they can't be without their phone. Can you get my phone? Can you get my phone? Can you call? They're asking for people to call their parents. These are grown people asking the cops to call their parents. Can you call my mom? You know what I mean? But it's like an instant withdrawal if they don't have their phones in their hand. You know what I mean? Continue.
Wow.
Okay. Astro World. Because number one, they don't like what's his name? That
Travis Scott.
They don't like him.
Yeah.
He is very anti-government, anti-social, and his followers are the same. They don't like their parents, the way how they got it going down, why they let this happen. That was the crowd that was there. Okay. So 5G was beamed out. I mean, it's right in front of your face. Go on TikTok or whatever. You don't see nothing but a sea of telephones.
Now I'm gonna have to go ahead and find that footage because honestly I didn't see it. But now that you said that, I am going to look for it now.
You gotta watch these things because mind control is very heavy and very prevalent today.
Yeah.
There's more mind control now in the history of the world than in the history of the world.
Yeah.
And I call it in my book, The Reptilian Agenda. Remember, every alien is inside your DNA. That's why you have a reptilian brain.
Reptilian brain.
That's why you have the 5 emotions associated with the reptilian brain. That's why you have that. And remember, your DNA is what? Remember Jacob's ladder?
Yeah.
The symbol for DNA is a ladder.
It really is a swirling ladder.
Yeah, but the symbol for it, if you draw it on a piece of paper, it's just a straight up ladder.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? It's not a ladder. It's a prison that traps you into physical reality.
Azazel goes into so much more in this particular video and then the subsequent ones. In his comic book, he explains all of this. And all of this is being played out right now. This interview was, I think, 21. You know what I'm saying? It's incredible. And when I speak about stuff like this, I've said, you heard me say this before. If you watch me for any length of time, I've said this. I can speak on something that's important, something that's I would think is critical, and get totally ignored. Niggas don't want to hear it. They really just don't want to hear it. You see what I'm saying? Yes, City of the Sleep. Right, exactly. You want the book? Okay. Oh, damn. I remember this. Every time you look around zombie movies, right. Go back to how dangerous they said John Murdoch was before he was awakened. Exactly. Peace and blessings, Legacy Sigma. Welcome. Now, I was young at one time. Of course, I'm still young. According to me, and the way I think about myself, I'm still young. You know what I'm saying? But I'm at a certain age now. Okay. Again, I wouldn't even think back when I was growing up. I wouldn't think about making my situation worse if I had gotten arrested. I've been arrested before. Who hasn't? You know what I'm saying? But I would never think to have additional charges added onto whatever I'm getting arrested for. I would never think that. This one I was looking at earlier. All right. It's another one of my saved ones. Okay. This was me when I was in my early 20s.
I'm cool. I'm not gonna hurt nobody, babe. My shoes right here. You don't even got a real case. This is about us having a political conversation. She came over, and this lady who takes care of me every day. Okay. She take care of me when I'm on these trips. I'm here for a spine injury. I got hit in a car accident. This man would set me off. He said, just like I know I've been drinking. Right. He said, just like the black kids, we've been kidnapping every day. He tried to run the children in my face. Police. Okay. And then said he had hit me, put his hand in my face, and I smacked it out of his face and said, "You're nothing to me. Okay. I'm melanated, I'm beautiful, I'm black, I'm beautiful. And you think calling the police don't hurt me? That's all y'all got. They belittle women like me who have an intellectual mind." Hey, go over there on the see the other house. She'll keep serving them liquor, tell me I can't get liquor, but let the Gentiles continue to drink. It's not fair. I'm not gonna. Yes. Okay, do you have your idea what yes, I do, baby. But all I'm trying to say is justice, because at the end of the day, when you look me up, my grandfather's last name is Marshall. I'm nothing but the justice. I'm nothing but the truth. Okay. They done stole my ID down here. Hold on, but I got that fucking driver's license for you. I'm not gonna leave you empty-handed because I know what you came for. But like I said, I don't care about the police coming when you saying you gonna beat and hurt me and do what you gonna do to my ancestors repeatedly. And he thought it was funny and stood away and called the police like y'all supposed. No, I'm not from Arizona. I'm from Chicago. That's where my pawpaw moved me. I'm on secret. They got upset because I said Staten Island is rats. The other boy tried to jump in the conversation and say, "What do we know?" My mom. Italians. My mom was a stripper and worked at the jewelry store, and that's how I survived. We have 85 over there, but it's the boy in the fucking headphones. These white people. Let me ask you this: all right. Was anything physical? No. The only thing that
I'm not gonna show this whole one because this one is almost 40 minutes long. By the end of it, she's begging. crying and begging and just showing her ass by the end of it. Okay. My point was I was like that when I was in my early 20s. They called me Minister 40 Con because I was trying to preach. I was in my Nation of Islam phase. I was trying to preach to people while drinking, being under the influence of 40s. It's an embarrassing thing to say. Not really. I don't get embarrassed, but that was me in my early 20s. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of it, I mean, this woman just took her time and they gave her, these cops, so much restraint. It amazes me how much restraint they show to these people who are acting in ass. You know what I'm saying? They had to literally hogtie this woman by the end of this video. She seems calm at first, right? Calm and talk about the Gentiles and I'm black. Imagine saying shit like that when you got another racist hair texture in your head. But anyway, that's beside the point. You know what I mean? So again, some alarming shit that I'm seeing. This pattern just doing nothing but we are contributing to our own demise, our own extinction. He said prison, not prism. Hey, what's up, Maroon Beauty? Hey, how are you? How are you? You know what I mean when I say how are you? How you doing? This is crazy because I'm a driver and I swear people be so into their phones and they don't even be aware. Right. Exactly. Like I said, I've watched at least 20 of these videos yesterday, starting early in the morning. And every time, I swear, every single time they ask for their phone. They can I have my phone? It's like they can't live without their phones. What's up, Le Boston Reigns? Peace, brother. So is the reptilian DNA the problem? I wouldn't say that's the problem at all. The soul wraps around DNA or something like that. Bobby mentioned this in one of the lectures I cycled through. BM, that looks familiar. That title, that BM. Can you, not trying to put you on the spot, but can you identify yourself, please? I know that name, but what's up, Katrina? Peace. Happy Friday. Exactly. We are not doing well mentally. We need to leave the liquor and the drugs alone. And dare I say it, yes, exactly. That's a real mind fuck for a lot of us too. You really need a coach. You really, really do. This is why I stress. Magick. This is exactly why you really need this kind of mind. You really need the old ancient ways. I don't give a damn about what people are saying about, oh, we need new this. Fuck all that. The ancestors laid out blueprints for us to follow and build upon. They left us foundations for us to grow upon, for us to evolve upon. Okay. Lovecraft Country, in my opinion, was one of the most significant and important series to come across in the last decade. Let me say it again. Lovecraft Country was one of the most significant and important series to come across us that was handed to us in the past decade. Why do I say that? It gives you a blueprint of, although it's exaggerated Hollywood style, they show you that these primordial beings are on your side. I know that sounds incredible. It's true. Okay. Even though I can't say much about the gate walking techniques and what it contains publicly, there are many different ways to the Necronomicon gnosis. Okay. Gate walking is not the only one. All right. Gate walking is not the only one. Okay. Necronomicon gnosis. Necronomicon workbook is a good one. All right. Necronomicon gnosis. I'm sorry, workbook. This one right here. All right. For a long time, I knew there were books lacking in the field of pragmatic occultism. I grew sick and tired of reading the caca that the New Age publishers churned out regularly, purporting to be hard-hitting workings. In fact, I say this all the time, most were merely the same stuff, just rearranged and put under a new title. Rebranded, repackaged, and resold to y'all. All right. The preliminary notes to the Simon Necronomicon was vague in my opinion about the necessity of this particular conjuration. The editor referred to it as another barbarous names kind of deal. Took some meditating at first, then the working of it, I found out what this ritual is for is to kindle the divine spark within you as you light the sacred flame. This akin to the Bornless One ritual that magicians invoke prior to goetic evocations. It is to tap into your higher genius. It works nicely and effectively. You can use it or use the Bornless One in place with good effect. Okay. That's the Necronomicon workbook. That's one book. All right. Okay. Congratulations. I am glad that you're still here. I really am pleased to hear that you are recovering nicely and it's almost a year. Congratulations. Continue to rise. Follow your lives for some time. Salute. Thank you. I appreciate the support always. Lovecraft Country was that flame, all that magic and power, rock. In one of the scenes, what was her name? It wasn't Cynthia. It was can't remember the white woman's name. The main white woman. She said, "This will give you." It showed you who the gatekeepers were of the magic. Period. It showed you who the gatekeepers were. But the white woman said to the black woman, you know, this gives you the power to do whatever the fuck you want to do. She said, I can imagine that. She was telling her, you know, imagine being white. Imagine walking around doing whatever the freedom to doing whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Again, many books. We spoke on the Gatewalkers dialogue, myself, Warlock Asylum, Terrain Hicks. We spoke of Al-Azif. Okay. Another one. Notice how all these books that are out are about the Necronomicon. All right. Know the lore that's behind it. Supposedly, it's still one of the most evil and most vile grimoires to have ever existed. So imagine what was put out about it when it first came out in 1977. All right. Al-Azif, another book that's important in that gnosis. Okay. It gives you directions. All right. Don't be put off. Don't be put off on the language, the Old English that it speaks of. Okay. Like this. First, thou shalt raise up ye 4 cardinal stones, and these shall mark ye direction of ye 4 winds as they holler through their seasons. All this is saying is, and then it says, to ye north set ye the stone of great coldness that shall form ye gate of ye winter wind, engraving thereupon the sigil of the earth bull. It's the Taurus sigil. All it's saying, y'all, is to place sigils in the 4 cardinal directions, north, south, east, west. That's all that's saying. Okay. This being done, proceed thou widdershins, placing at like distances apart ye stones of Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, Venus, Sol, and Luna, marking each with their rightful sign. All this is saying is crystals that incorporate, Jupiter crystals. That's correspond with Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, Venus, the sun, and the moon. Okay? There are sigils for all of those. Widdershins means backwards. That's all it means. Okay? You got to learn. Like I told y'all, these grimoires are coded. Okay? At the center of the so-called completed configuration, set ye the altar of ye great old ones, and seal it with ye symbol of Yog Sothoth, and ye mighty names of Azathoth, Cthulhu, Hashur, Shub-Niggurath, and Nyarlathotep. Okay? Entreat ye of ye stones by night, and when the moon decreaseth in her light, the waning moon, turning thy face to ye direction of their coming, speaking ye words and making ye gestures that bringeth forth ye old stones and causeth them to walk once more ye earth. Okay, there's the seal of Yog Sothoth. All right, and they give you these signs of power. These are the elder god signs. They are mudras. All right, that's all. Don't be put off by the language, like I said. Okay. They give you all these invocations, the names. All right. People see these and they're immediately put off. Okay. Like it's so hard. It's not. Okay. It's not. Terrain be on his shit. You and him. Thank you. Appreciate that. Try to anyway. It's hard when motherfuckers don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. But Kenneth Grant's books also. Okay. You got books like the Riley text. All right. You can get into the Cthulhu Gnosis and still get there. Okay. The Riley text. You probably never even heard of that. The Riley text. Okay. The Riley text. There are many different ways. Look at those sigils. See what I'm saying? Got to stop being scared. I think the last couple of live, I've actually given y'all some powerful shit to work with. All right. Now's just not the time. If you want to arise, you got to pick shit like the Necronomicon or like the Goetia or like the Clip-Off, the powerful shit, or the ATRs, Voodoo, Palo, something. This is what Tosh uses. The Ishtar system. New Ishtar power. She uses this one. This is the Star of Ishtar. Okay? Tosh can tell y'all, and she's relayed how powerful this is. You don't really need anything except this, and it still works. My friend from the West Indies had a jeweler make this with stones at each point. It works. Okay? Algie Manning. Right? Algie Manning. This is the book. It's called The Magic of New Ishtar Power. Algie Manning. Okay? Old book. Same year the Necronomicon came out. The same year. Look at the forces you call on. Isis, Nergal, Ra, Ishtar, Osiris, Marduk, Thoth, and Bast. Good book. Very good book. Okay? Very cheesy, the case studies, but it can help. Know what I'm saying? Absolutely different. It is. It is different. The whole system is different. It is very different. Algie Manning put out some great books. Okay. What I was trying to speak about last week about this bill they're trying to pass about homeless people. Like they're trying to make it a crime to be homeless. Now it's fuzzy. I can't really remember what they're trying to do, but they are trying to give these people a place to go to, homeless, right? I wouldn't trust that shit. You know what I'm saying? People be disappearing. Your family was talking about that? Yeah. This is what Bobby said years ago. Listen to what Bobby says here. Please pay attention to what Bobby says right here.
I'm going to get into this. Let me explain something to you. I'm going to give you a certain program. Since 1990, in the United States of America, under one program, they have killed 12 million black people. How can they kill 12 million black people? We would have noticed. Hell, you don't even know the nigga that live down the street from you. You don't know this something. Especially in the larger city, you don't want to know too many people. They be casing the joint. Put the gun to your head. Right? Let me explain this to you. In Atlanta, Georgia, since 1990, it's going on around the country, but I'm going to tell you, in Atlanta, Georgia, they closed down 15 projects. 15 projects. Now, you know a project, and they're even bigger up here because the high rise, but a project can hold what? How many people can be in one project complex? Tell me. How many? About 6,500 people, and that's the people that's counted for. They ain't the people that's living in the damn shit illegal. Everybody's white. So they come in and they close down 15 projects in Atlanta, Georgia since 1990. They didn't build no none. Look at this now. Let's do the math on this. They didn't build no new projects. And if you're in the projects, it's more than likely you don't have money for rent. Where did the people go? People disappeared off the face of the earth. They have a railroad track that runs straight through downtown. It separates the black side of town from the white side of town. They got that in every city. You're going to find that out. They got a railroad track that separates the black side of town to the white side of town. Although you got where black people live on the white side of town, but we talk about the boat of the black. There's always a railroad track. I don't give a damn what city you go into. In New York City, it's the subway system. Either way, they got to separate because you're on a reservation. So on Northside Drive, they got a railroad track that separates the black side of town from the white side of town. And on this railroad track, they have, on Marietta Street, they have this particular, it's an industrial type field. Anytime you see something with industrial warehouses and they got they'll show coal and stuff or some type of stuff industrial. You say, oh, that's industrial stuff. That's where they take you and they come in and they put you on these trains and they ship you off to concentration camps. Now, let me show you this.
Y'all listening?
In Atlanta, Georgia, they closed down 15 projects. They put these people on these trains up on Marietta Street. Now, I ain't telling you, this is no theory. I'm talking about people that come to my lecture and say, yeah, I'm missing a father. Yeah, I didn't know. I'm missing people. You see what I'm saying? So now, they put you on these trains. Y'all all right? Is this boring you? All right. We got to get into this first before we get into the science. Because we win in this war. They're just scared. That's why they result in these drastic measures. Anyway, they put you on these trains and they ship you out. So as a result, I've gone all up the East Coast and people saying, yeah, they closed down this project here and we don't know where the people went. I was in Columbia, South Carolina 2 weeks ago, and they had this big project in Columbia. They closed it down and nobody knew where the people went. So what they do is they'll put you on these, they will close down these projects and they put you on these trains and they ship you out. They ship you out to these factories. And in these factories, what they do is they crush your body into pieces and they make melatonin pills out of it. So the melatonin pills, if you look on some of the bottles, they tell you crush pineal glands. Right. So what they do is this. They crush you up and make melatonin pills out of you. The excess meat that they don't use, because they take the most melanated parts of the body. The other excess meat that they don't use, they crush up and they ship that meat to basically McDonald's and ground beef. It's mainly in ground beef. Then you understand why Jack in the Box and all them started coming down with E. coli. Why is E. coli big now? You would feel that E. coli, they've been eating, white man been eating cows and be eating meat since he been living. Why is E. coli and all that kind of stuff bad now? Because remember now, cows and all that eat grass, they're vegetarians. The most toxic body on the planet is the human body. So therefore, it means that it's got to be, when they grind it up, they got to sell it faster because they can't preserve it because it has so many toxins in it. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's got hog in it, it's got shit, it's got everything in it, it's got everything else. They eat everything else. You understand where I'm coming from? So the bulk of the meat that they don't use for melatonin pills, they grind that up in ground beef, and that's why McDonald's and then when you can get 2 double cheeseburgers. 2 double cheeseburgers.
I don't mean to laugh, but Bobby is so damn funny to me, you know. But Bobby has said this on several lectures. He said this on several lectures. Bobby's so ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? This has been going on for years where people have just been disappearing. Bobby actually explains what's happening to people. Okay. Azazel Bay does it on a galactic level and is in his comic books. You see what I'm saying? They were showing that on The Simpsons. I would love to see that. Please, Legacy Sigma, please link me to that. Okay, cool. When the Great Old Ones Return is one of his best lectures. He puts out I say that about Bobby a lot, but it's because he has so many great lectures. Sounds like camps. It's heavy and Yep. Yes, thank you, Tosh. Thank you. Easy system, and it does work indeed, she says. Gotta become invested in it, meaning you gotta put the work in. She got 3 great jobs from it. She punished a few people and upped her magical influence. If you don't want to get into the heavy stuff, here's the system for you. New Ishtar power. Okay. What you are doing is tapping into these egregores that Algie Manning's what's it called? He calls it he has a group where they have created egregores and attached these names to those egregores. They created them. You're not tapping into the actual gods here and goddesses. You're tapping into the egregores. It explains this in the book New Ishtar Power. Okay. Easy system, just like Tosh said. They were talking about gelling them attacks in the air. They did that in Cali. Not surprised. What's up, Michael Surratt? What's the deal? Remember this lecture? I believe him, and I've heard about the trains with the shackles in them. Right. Why is this so hard to believe? Where are the people? You know how many missing black people there are every single year? You know how many missing black women there are? You know what I mean? Still. Okay. I honestly think niggas have gotten desensitized to all of this shit. And this is why they don't pay attention. If the master teachers couldn't get Negroes to pay attention to all that's happening now, what chance would someone like myself, what chance would we have to try and get people to wake up? They were, okay. Just was saying that in the Virginia, that kids was missing, it was mad ice cream. Indeed. You know, Kenneth Grant is another way that you can get into the Necronomicon Gnosis. All right. I keep mentioning the Necronomicon because it's the most powerful system, in my opinion. It's the most powerful system out there. All right. Kenneth Grant's books, you got to have a little bit of a brain to understand it. Okay. A little bit of a brain. Come. Let's see. Hecate's Fountain, Kenneth Grant. Trying to go to it. Trying to open this book up. Hecate's Fountain. We're skipping around just a little. An excellent and comparatively recent example of tangential magic occurred in connection with the Babylon working performed by John W. Parsons shortly before Crowley's death in 1947. Parsons' intention was to evoke an elemental creature having, among other characteristics, red hair and green eyes. He devised a conjuration, it's called the Babylon working, based upon Dr. D's Enochian system. An entity responded in the form of Marjorie Cameron, who fulfilled the necessary requirements. She later claimed to be an incarnation of Babylon and also to be pregnant with a child mightier than all the kings of the earth. On February 28, 1946, Freda Jopin performed an invocation in the Mojave Desert, California, a force which he intuited as Babylon responded. It was not long before it obsessed him and commanded him to write the Book of Babylon, which is Liber 49, which described itself as the fourth chapter of the Book of the Law. This is why I always say Jack Parsons was very important as the Babylon working. He wrote it down, okay? This is talking about real magic, y'all. This is talking about evoking entities to visible appearance, okay? They was with the shits. Remember when me and Terrain was talking in the Gatewalkers dialogue? It was like 10 years ago. The magicians who were out, the occultists who were out, they was with the shits. The magical wars, they was about it. They was about it. I know that's old and it's corny. But you know what I'm saying? These magicians of old were actually doing real deal magic. Okay? Real deal magic. That's why I say the students of Aleister Crowley will probably be more important than Aleister Crowley himself. All right? And Bobby Hemmett himself said how important Crowley's works were. When someone asked him, why would he be talking about this white man? Bobby said, who else was going to bring in or usher in that new era? Who else during that time period, 1904? Who else was going to do that? All right? Get off the black and white shit. It does not matter. Okay? Jack Parsons' letters to Marjorie, whatever her name was. You know what I'm saying? There's a movie called Crowley that I have my students watch when they go in the I think the Kabbalistic magic and witchcraft class. They have to watch that movie. I provide all the books, I provide all the movies when you take my classes. Okay. Jack Parsons was with the shit. Kenneth Grant was with the shits. Okay. You can see about Jack Parsons as his humble beginnings in Thelema, Strange Angel. This should, by now, Strange Angel should be available. It should be easy to get by now. Okay. Again, you got to have a little bit of a brain to understand Kenneth Grant's books. Okay. That was Hecate's Fountain. Okay. Cults of the Shadow is another one of Kenneth Grant's books. If you are interested in Gnosis. I think this is, Cults of the Shadow. Okay. Look at this drawing. Priestess of the Fire Snake by Steffi Grant. I think Steffi Grant was his wife. Yeah, that's his wife. Okay. Look at these contents. Psychosexual substance of the shadow, the Afro-tantric tarot of the colors, the draconian cult of ancient Kim. See what I'm saying? Real deal shit. All right, look at this one. The Sorceries of Zos, and that's Austin Osman Spare. Okay. This book explains aspects of occultism that are often confused with black magic. Its aim is to restore the left-hand path and to reinterpret its phenomena in the light of some of its more recent manifestations. This cannot be achieved without a survey of primal cults and the symbolic formula which they deposited. There exists no richer field for such a survey, and no more perfect a skeleton whereon to find it than the fetish systems of West Africa and their efferents in pre-monumental Egyptian cults. Such a survey is presented in the first 3 chapters, after which the symbols emerge into the light of historic times and appear in the form of the tantric current explained in chapters 4 and 5. Okay. All right. Bertald's voodoo cult of the black snake, and in the sinister Chinese cult of the Ku, with its female demons and horrors of hell, which for all their harlotries hold keys to the gates of paradise. Woo, female demons. Immediately came to mind Lovecraft Country. Okay? Lovecraft Country. Watch that whole thing. Seems almost superfluous to add that a magus can manipulate with impunity the magical current that charges these cults of the shadow. As the Tantra says, one reaches heaven by the very things which may lead to hell. All right. A human embodiment of this Ophidian current can occur only in female initiates possessing a peculiar constitution, which enables them to transmit its occult energies. Such women appeared anciently as temple prostitutes, pythonesses, high priestesses, and swansines of the tantric cults of the Vama Marg. That's the left-hand path. The formula of the holy whore has persisted into modern times in Aleister Crowley's cult of love under will with his Scarlet Woman. Okay. I know I'm skipping around. But the highlights is what I'm looking for. Okay. That's Cults of the Shadow. Right? I thought I had that book, but it's in Spanish. Oh, yeah. Hecate's Fountain. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The father of jet propulsion tech, Jack Parsons. Exactly. And Ron L. Hubbard, the founder of Scientology. I found a few of his books on Scribd. Okay. Kenneth Grant became persona non grata in the occult community for saying that all of this is black. Right. Exactly. And it was brought to my attention. Thanks for that, Mooney. It was brought to my attention that Kenneth Grant himself was a brother. Take it as you will. Believe it or don't. This was brought to my attention by Warlock Asylum. The conversation he and I had. Okay. Thank you, Mooney. Thank you. Right. How do you dismiss this shit? How? He was better than Crowley, in my opinion. Kenneth Grant. His Typhonian works, his Typhonian trilogies, masterpieces in occultism. Masterpieces. Like I said, got to have a little bit of a brain to understand what he's saying. Okay. There's another one called The Magical Revival, Kenneth Grant. I wish I could pin this one up here. I'm leaving it there for a minute. I'm with you, Booney. I'm with you. The Magical Revival. Look at the table of contents. The metaphysical basis of sexual magic. Dark Dynasty, Centers of Power, Drugs in the Occult, Barbarous Names of Evocation, Starfire. You know who else mentions Starfire? Who I take my name from. Basil Crouch, a.k.a. Basil Lacroix. Blood, Vampirism, Death, and Moon Magic. Strayed Gods, Dion Fortunes of Psychic Self-Defense. Austin Osmond Spare, Nazos Kia Cultus, The Death Potion and the New Sexuality. This is the Magical Revival. Okay? The Magical Revival, Kenneth Grant. Okay? I am with you on that. But Asenath Mason of the Draconian Cult, okay, wrote a very important book also called Necronomicon Gnosis. Thank you. Thank you. He took it to the next level, as Jack Parsons was trying to do also. Okay. Zeus reincarnation. What's up, Lixer? What's going on? Yes, he took it to the next level. Asenath Mason, her books are fantastic for those trying to get into the left-hand path. All right. Now's the time to get into the left-hand path, people. All right. Necronomicon Gnosis. Great book. Great book. All right. Great book. Like I said, there are many different ways to get to the same source. Okay. Same source. Why are so many books written about the Necronomicon? Why? Necronomicon Gnosis, Asenath Mason. This is what it looks like. I had it somewhere here. I can't find it right now. But why does it do that? All right. I love this ritual. I actually did this ritual, people. This is the invocation of Cthulhu into a dreaming mind. The following working should be conducted prior to sleep. You should not, what is that? You should not distract your attention from the goal of the ritual by any other activities before falling asleep. Burn lotus incense and light black candles. On the altar, place the symbol of Cthulhu. This one is taken from Al-Azif. You focus for a while on the symbol, then begin to summon. Ea, Cthulhu, that is not dead, which can eternal lie, and where strange eons, even death may die. I invoke you, Lord of Dreams. Master the abyss. Send me visions of the ancient times. Let me experience your memories. Let me hear your voice in darkness. Guide me through the streets of forgotten Riley. Awaken from your ancient slumber and answer my calling. Funaguli, Magulin, Nafin, Cthulhu, Riley, Wagawa, Nagala, Fatagalan. Then begin the meditation. Gaze into the symbol and chant the mantra, what I just recited. Visualize that the seal becomes a gate through which the energies float freely. Feel how the atmosphere in the room becomes dense. Send your message to Cthulhu through the gate, and when you receive an answer, finish the meditation and lie down on your back, prepared to enter a dream. All right. Visualize you swimming in the sea down towards the black citadel or Riley, the sunken city with constructions alien to human knowledge. Strange angles and weird light can be seen everywhere. Envision a green mist filling the streets and wrapping around you as if in a cloak. The mist covers you with a green slime. Attune your mind to strange voice which floats from the distance and forms a chant. Cthulhu, Fatiagan. Let the mist and the voice guide you around the black citadel. Enter the dream while continuing the visualization. Keep a detailed record of your dream experiences. Use dream visions, scenes, objects, entities, encountered to explore them further with the use of the same techniques. Remember, however, that dream magic is a long-term project and rarely brings immediate results. Be patient in your work. That last two sentences was so important. You know what I'm saying? Howard Lovecraft, the cartoon that I was telling y'all about, is 3 parts. Okay? 3 parts. 3 parts. You can find it somewhere. I can't remember. Was it Legacy Sigma? Was it you who found the Howard Lovecraft things? There's so much in that. You know what I mean? But they put it and market it to children. Go figure. It works. Got to tell y'all that. It works. Why is it not going anywhere? What's up with that? Okay. Gates to interstellar dimensions. These places are solitary or inhabited by insane outcasts worshiping the forces of evil. Okay. Lovecraftian magic often employs a concept of a gateway through which a magician enters another state of consciousness in alternate worlds, locations, and dimensions. Such gateways may be found in desolate places, often wild and located far from human habitations. These are usually places connected with the local folklore. Reputedly haunted or very ancient and mysterious, old stones seemingly arranged in a certain order, groves in a strange shape, peaks of mountains, caves, etc. There, lonely visitors may encounter ghosts and shades of the dead, see strange lights, hear unearthly voices, or sink into the world of vision stirred by their own imagination and the desire of the supernatural. Okay? I'm not going to read all that, but like I said, this book is dynamite. Okay? You work with Lovecraftian deities. Okay? Necronomicon gnosis. All right. There are other. For more descriptions of interdimensional spaces mentioned so many times, Dreams in the Witch House. I love that movie. That is an actual movie. I suggest reading the story itself. Many of these experiences have been shared by practitioners exploring the Necronomicon gnosis by astral workings, and the climate of the story itself might have a great impact on one's imagination and serve as an inspiration for one's own travels through the labyrinths of the Lovecraftian magic. In the meantime, we will have a short look at other examples of interdimensional gateways mentioned in the mythos. All right. And then I go through, let's see. Let us see. Okay. You got opening formulas here. Okay. Al Azif is mentioned here again, right there. Okay. The working contains a lot of ritual elements, among which we will also find the so-called signs of power. See the chapter, What is Necronomicon Gnosis, of which the sign of Kish opens the portals and the sign of Koth seals them. I got a lot of highlights on this one. How to work with the interdimensional gates. Okay. Look at this. It is not difficult to get lost in the astral labyrinths of the Necronomicon gnosis, especially if you are an inexperienced traveler. The most elaborate description of astral dream journey to the dreamlands is given by Lovecraft in his Dreams Quest of Unknown Kadath, the reading of which is highly recommended. Okay. And so on and so on and so forth. As you can see, I spent a lot of time on this book. A lot of time highlighting key points. This sigil used in the working comes from a scrying session. And like I said, I did a lot of work here in this particular book. There's a lot to be gained from it. Okay. A lot. All right. Working with Lilith tonight for the Black Moon. That's what's up. That's what's up. Key C kill direct link to the reciter. You may add whatever tools or resources of your choice together while you're reciting it. Candles, elements. Katrina sent me something right before not right before, but the prejudices and the racism is not going anywhere, which is why I've been trying to lead y'all to go to these powerful systems, all right, that can actually help you. Don't forget, pay attention to your totems. All right, I still very much believe in totems. A skunk trotted past my path 2 days ago. A skunk. Now you might say, so what? But I believe in totems. Okay. I see something like a skunk because you don't see a skunk every day. See what I mean? You don't see a skunk every day. I saw it as a totem right away. It was at least 20 feet away from me, but it literally ran across my path. I was walking early in the morning, still dark out. Okay. So I looked it up. All right. I looked it up. What is the skunk totem? What could I possibly be getting from the spirit world? All right. So I looked it up, and here we go. Setting boundaries with confidence. They're masters of boundaries. They're sent as a powerful deterrent signaling to others to respect their space. Spiritually, skunks teach us to establish and maintain healthy boundaries in our lives. Whether it's saying no to toxic relationships or protecting your energy, the skunk encourages you to stand firm and confident in your personal space. Like I was saying, the weird energy that's going on right now is totally how I feel these days. I'm like, I've pretty much had it. I've had it with people not being solid, just constantly lying. And that includes clients, students. I mean, just people in general, family members. I'm talking about everybody, not my clients and not students, I mean, clients though, former clients that I've had that I've found have lied to me. It's just everybody's lying about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Family members lying about nothing. The energy is fucked up right now. Okay. Anyway, continue. Embracing individuality, protection, and self-defense. All this is dealing with the skunk totem. Resilience in the face of judgment, transformation through repetition, trusting your intuition, courage to stand alone, indeed. Releasing negative energy, respecting others' boundaries, embracing the shadow self. Wow. Adaptability in challenging environments, the power of presence, healing through solitude, confidence and vulnerability, transformation through adversity. That's all dealing with the skunk totem. Okay? Skunk totem. 555. Indeed it is. What's up, Prox? I ain't seen you in a minute. A lot of sacred rites, incantations, etc. are of highly powerful and forms of which I showed the Lilith. How did you protect yourself while working with the Necronomicon? How? I always have protection. I don't. Can you elaborate on the question? What do you mean? How did I protect myself? I always have some kind of protection around me, carrying with me, always. I woke up with a moth on my pillow about a week ago, and since then I've been seeing 2222 a lot. Moths are great totems. Moth, butterfly, same kind of totem. Okay. Everybody talks about the butterfly. People forget the moth, though. All right. The moth is powerful totem too. Okay. Unless you're reading the incantations or rites or mantras in Sanskrit language, Arabic language, or any language, but English has no. What are you referring to? Elixir. What are you referring to? Because you're speaking a lot of Lilith. I'm not talking about Lilith. Matter of fact, I don't think I've mentioned Lilith once. Oh yeah. Those of you who are homeschooling, check this out. Got this from Katrina not too long ago. By you being in other dimensions, how did you protect yourself from some of the entities? I didn't really, you know what I mean? Not really. I always have crystals near me, but that's about it. I mean, I just go into the rituals. I don't really, you know, worry about a whole lot of protection. I just go into the rituals. You know, like I said, I usually have some type of crystal near me or on me. I can understand what he means, given that I came into the cult conjuring shit. I had no idea the depth of them. Oh, okay. Understood. Understood. But like I said before, I can sit up here and I can tell y'all all this stuff. Until you put it into practice, it means absolutely nothing. Those of you who are homeschooling, they are trying to come into your house. Surprise. Check this out. Look at this.
It could be seen as government overreach for their children. Well, I don't know what else you call it. The proposed law would create new rules and regulations for homeschooling families. Garrett Tenney is live inside Springfield, Illinois, or in Springfield, Illinois, with more. And Garrett, they want to send investigators to the homes of people potentially who are homeschooling their kids. What are they looking for?
Yeah, well, here's one of the big concerns for parents is who decides what a proper education is? Because under this law, it is a local school official who would make that determination. And the law is so vaguely written that it gives that local school official a lot of leeway in deciding what needs to be included in that education.
Wow.
You catch that? They want to regulate homeschoolers. And it's not a judge or a jury who gets to decide how these laws work. It's a local school official. Someone from the same failing system that you opted out from gets to control what you teach your children at home.
Right. Told y'all it was coming.
Let me break this down. The law is vague on purpose because it gives people the authority to manipulate it. Okay. It gives them subjective power to determine if you're doing it right. It opens the door for bias and overreach 100%. Okay. And harassment. But the thing that they don't want you to remember is that you do have rights and you don't have to open your door. You can legally trespass them because homeschooling is not a loophole. It's lawful and it's a right that we all have. I think that the fact that they're panicking is actually a good sign because you know what? That means that more people are pulling their kids from this failing system and they're trying to take it back. But we need to remember who has the real power. So don't listen to their threats. Start knowing your rights because when you don't know your rights, they will trample them.
Right. I knew that was coming. How many? Raise your hand if you knew this was coming. Speaking, Moss, what about dragonflies? What are their significance? Dragonflies, I'm not sure. You can, like I did with the skunk, you can go ahead and Google that, or you can look at Animal Speak, the best book on totems. You want to be able to recite and chant these incantations and things will start to move, doors will start to shut, shit like that. Shit, that works. I'm referring to, I used to think that. I honestly used to think that. But, I mean, if it happens, I'm surprised. I'll be very surprised if something like that happens, to be quite honest. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. I've not ever had any poltergeist activity. I mean, I have, but I haven't. I haven't had any poltergeist activity with speaking and incantation. I had other shit going on, you know, but I get what you're saying. Spirits have personalities like people. I've always told the older spirits can be more adverse because there's a certain way you address older spirits. Peace. Peace, Lixer. See you next live. Okay. Have a great weekend. You know, thanks for joining me today. This was weird for me. Friday, I'm usually chilling, and we about to play Scrabble and eat our wings. It's wing night, it's Scrabble night. But this was hopefully got, you know, some information that was useful and practical today. All right, have a great weekend. Remember what I said. Protect yourselves. You know, I'll see y'all next time, Tuesday, for I am the one and only. There's only one, the magical, mystical, and the diabolical one, Magick Lacroix. As I greet you in peace, as always, namaste. Peace, y'all. Absolutely. Absolutely. Not a problem. I think I'm gonna have fun doing it on Fridays. Think I can go longer. Okay. All right, though. But y'all have a great weekend, though. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.